UFC 264 goes down this Saturday, and it's headlined by the much-awaited trilogy fight between Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor, while the co-main event is a clash between top welterweight contenders Gilbert Burns and Stephen Thompson. UFC 264 also sees the return of fan favorite Sean O'Malley against Chris Martino, and you can watch it go down live by ordering UFC 264 pay-per-view, which will be exclusively available on ESPN+. So don't wait. Sign up for ESPN Plus by clicking the link in the description and order UFC 264 pay-per-view today.
What adjustments is he going to make from the second fight?
I mean, obviously he's going to try to check calf kicks if I throw him, right?
Can you learn that in 6 months effectively?
Yeah, I mean, the martial artist he is and the understanding of fighting he has, I'm sure you can. But I might not even throw calf kicks, you know, because I'm expecting that. I'm expecting him to throw calf kicks. Honestly, I'm working on countering calf kicks over here. I'm not even working on landing them. But I think he's gonna be more aggressive. He's not gonna let the fight unfold. I think as it unfolded and as I got more comfortable, he realized, oh, this guy can really fight. If I was him, I would try to touch me early and keep me out of rhythm. Because if this thing starts to blossom into a fight, second, third, fourth, we start hurting in there, we start having to grind it out, we start getting a rhythm, I'll win that fight 10 out of 10 times.
Dustin has always been looking for those breakthrough performances, and he's been trying to prove himself his whole life and throughout his whole career, and he still feels like he doesn't get the respect. I think that last win against Conor McGregor truly validated him as a fighter, and I think it just reiterated that belief in a lot of ways that he can be an actual world champion and not an interim world champion. And I think that, yeah, I think he's so comfortable. He's like, I'm just going to reveal it all. The problem is when you do that, you do give a lot to your opponent. And let me say this, Conor McGregor is not a dumb guy. He's a very smart guy. He's very sharp. He knows the fight game inside and out. And he will take that information. I think the less information you give the enemy, the better. And it's much better to surprise than reveal and try to follow through on those expectations or on that kind of game plan.
Dustin P-head, I'm coming for you, P-head. Silly hillbilly.
McGregor is an average fighter. What are we seeing with people? First of all, listen. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Conor McGregor is Conor McGregor for a reason. He's done amazing things with the platform that he had. He's worked tremendously hard to get to the place where he got to. That's respect. You can never take that away. But all I'm saying, and all the articles that's being published now, that all I'm saying is Conor's not who Conor used to be. Now Conor, to me, is just a mouth. Gets on Twitter, talks trash every time when someone's popping or someone's hot. Talks trash about him or just pokes or does something about him just to keep his name out there. It's marketing. He's smart. But Conor's not Conor the killer back in the day. And fighters, real fighters know Conor's not that Conor anymore. He's the king of the clout chasing club now. That's what he does. But at the end of the day, he's still a UFC fighter, so respect, of course.
We got Dustin Poirier fighting Conor McGregor for the third time. What do you think is going to happen in this fight? Obviously, Conor won the first fight. Conor came back and got knocked out the second fight, but he seems like a whole new motivated Conor this time. Do you think he has what it takes with his lifestyle to come back and beat Poirier right after he got knocked out, or you think it's just going to be in Poirier's favor again?
If he focused on the fight, not on about he focused on training, not on the business. So maybe he got the chance to beat him. But I think he's businessman right now, not a fighter anymore. No, he's a fighter, but not so good like before when he, makes so big money, lot of this, business. So I think Poirier win again.
Yeah.
The fight. But we will see. I think, yeah. If I have to put money, I will put on Poirier.
I hope McGregor does talk. Makes it interesting, makes it exciting, But maybe he's going to feel that I don't need to perform for anybody. It's going to be it's a tough one for McGregor. It's not a must-win. It's not a must-win fight for McGregor, but it kind of is in some ways, because listen, McGregor's always going to be able to earn money. He's always going to be able to go out there and, sell out an arena or whatever it is to get people to pay to watch him fight. He's an entertaining guy. He's a great fighter. And of course he wants to win, but he kind of has to win. Now listen, he was the first ever simultaneously 2 weight division champ, right? So, his place in the history books is carved. He'll always go down as a legend of the sport, and he kind of brought the sport to new levels and all the rest of it. But right now, if you looked at him and the performances and the wins to loss ratio, and if he loses to Dustin Poirier, yes, you can never take away from the greatness that he achieved. But he kind of has to win this fight if the narrative of him being one of the best lightweights on the planet is to still exist. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him to win this week. The common narrative seems to be, he was being too much of a nice guy. He didn't psych himself up and all the rest of it. And that's what kind of affected his performance. He wasn't as nasty. Now, I disagree with that completely, but the point I'm bringing that up for is that it'll be interesting this week to see how it handles himself. I think all the niceties will be out the window. I think this will be Conor going back to his cutting, scathing self. I think that although whilst they shared pleasantries afterwards and it was all class and they shook hands and Dustin was doing an interview with some journalists and Conor kind of went past on a stick because he was limping from the calf kicks and they shook hands. It was very gracious, very sportsmanlike, and it was lovely to see. But that's all out the window now for this time, because they're talking on Twitter. And then they had that thing with the charitable donations. Remember that, Dustin said that Conor never sent it and all the rest of it. So it got a little heated there. You know what I mean? And then I think Conor or Conor's manager ordered. Someone came out and said, hey, you shouldn't be talking about that shit publicly. Shame on you for doing so. That's private business. Which to a certain degree I agree with. It kind of is. But so yeah, I think for all those reasons and because he did knock him out.
Run in front of me. Push up position. Burn off. Go.
Let's go, DC.
Burn off. Fast. Let's see if you understand. Go around me. Faster. Usman. Go. You're going in this direction. Army cross. Legs up in the air. Just pulling yourself with your arms. Go to the circle. Go. Towards Khabib. Go. Legs up in the air. Go. Go! Legs up in the air! Pull!
Go! Shut up! Okay. Now we talk.
Hey, whenever you're done,
Go! Let's go!
Go!
Tá correndo, joga frontal, entendeu? Bota, aí, ó, tira. Tá bem? Good cross. Eu falei pra você, minha, quando você sair.
And go!
Tá correndo, joga frontal, entendeu? Bota, aí, ó, tira. Tá bem? Good cross. Eu falei pra você, minha, quando você sair.
And go!
Dustin. P-head. I'm coming for you, P-head.